Yo, what's up? James here. Welcome back to my vlog. So, yesterday I got one question from my friend Peter. He asked me, "Hey Ty, I just watched your video about creating momentum, but now I have another problem. Normally I run every day for at least half hour, but because of some personal reasons, so that when I try to run again I feel really lazy and I couldn't push myself to run again at least half hour every day again. So do you know, or can you tell me how can I get back to my momentum, how can I get back to my habit?" So okay, thank you for your question, Peter. Here's my answer. First, let me tell you a story. So it was 2 weeks ago when I started to make this video. So every day I went out alone, filming alone, edit video alone, and so it means I need to spend more time for making video, and all of my schedule are changed. And normally I spend around 2 hours for reading every day, but because of making video and changing schedule, so that I suddenly lost a habit of reading. So after 1 week I tried to get back to the habit again. I tried to read every day at least 2 hours, but I couldn't push myself, and after 3 times of failing I decided to change my method. What? I start the next day I start to read only for 15 minutes, and when I'm done I decide to increase. The next day I read for half hour, and the next day I read for 45 minutes, and the next day I read for 1 hour, and after 1 week I almost came back to the level of reading that I usually can do before I lost the habit. So basically the way that I like to deal when suddenly I lose the momentum, I lose the habit, is that I decide to drop my ego. I say with myself that I have to admit that I cannot perform like the level before I lose a habit anymore. I need to start small. I need to start at a low level. So I start at a low level, and then I apply the 10% rule. If you don't understand what is the 10% rule, you definitely should check it out in my previous video about the 10% rule, so that you can understand. So yeah, after every day when I start to get used with the level of something, when I start to get comfortable, I immediately increase over the 10% of it, and after 1 week I can increase so much in comparison with the first day. And yeah, the more easy the easier the goal can be, so the easier you can get back to the habit. And yeah, remember, the most important thing is that you need to admit that you cannot perform the level before you lose the habit. You have to forget your ego, throw it away, okay? So also another example, around 1 month ago I think, I suddenly got the exertion headache. Basically it is like whenever my heart rate increase and suddenly my head start to explode. So whenever at that time whenever I go to gym, I bench press or do something really intense, so my heart rate increased and my head start to explode. So after that I have to stop training completely for 1 week, the whole 1 week, no more training, no cardio and anything. It was like, oh, I felt so bad. And after 1 week I tried to immediately did the way that I perform before I get before I got the exertion headache, but I couldn't. I think normally that way I can do like 10 reps, but when I came back to training I can do only around 2 or 3 reps, I think. And I was like, I try, and then my head started to like almost explode, and I decided to stop training for from that day, and I rest for 1 day, and the next day I decided that I will drop 15 kilograms of bench press and decide to start again. But I always but then after every day I always try to increase like 1 or 2 reps is fine, so that after almost 3 weeks I can probably say that I almost get back to the level of bench press that I performed before before getting the exertion headache. I think like 5 kilograms more, and then I will get back. So yeah, always remember, whenever you do something, always forget your ego, focus on how can you get back to your highest ability as soon as possible, but also the easier it can do, the better for you. So yeah, just leave me a comment, tell me how do you think about it, and I see you soon. Peace.